my God. Oh, holy smokes. Holy cannoli. Let's just, howdy. They said it couldn't be done. They said Taylor Neely couldn't get to episode 11 of podcasts. But he's done it. He's at number 11. And unless someone comes in here during this episode and shoots me in the face, episode 11 is happening. Whether you like it or I like it or not, episode 11 is happening. We're here. We're in person. We're sitting in my favorite little swivel chair that is, unbeknownst to you guys, unbeknownst to you all listening, is a barbershop chair. Bet you didn't know that about me. Bet you weren't aware that the very chair my cutest little butt cheeks sit in right now, barber chair I found out by the dumpster years ago. Years ago, I found this chair out by the dumpster, and that's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. There's not much more for her to write because the story is written in the sands of time. And by sands of time, I mean Taylor Neely's life history. Taylor Neely's lived experience. Don't let me get on that. Don't let me get on that thinking train again about lived and unlived experience. Because last time I did it, I really stumbled over something that truly changed the course of time in history for most of America. It's just not the same. Life is not going to be the same for a lot of people in the world because of what I figured out that one day in this very chair, the barbershop chair I sit in right now, before your very eyes or ears. Before your very eyes or ears, I sit in this chair. And that's enough for me. I hope it's enough for you. Hey, for all you listeners out there, caller number 6 is going to get a pair of tickets to Give Me a Kiss. So calling in now. Waiting for the look of those lines. Lighten up. Oh, missed it. Caller number 6. I missed it. Sorry, guys. I missed it. I couldn't catch it in time. So maybe next week. We're going to try next week to get caller number 6 to get a set of 2 tickets to come Give Me a Kiss. Until then, these lips will go unkissed. Fun fact about me, never been kissed. Never been kissed, never wanted to. Doesn't seem interesting. Seems kind of gross. I've never had the urge to kiss anyone once in my life. That's insane. That's gross. That's what you eat people's butts with, is your mouth. You think I'm going to put my lips on something that you eat someone's butt with? I know that trick. That's the oldest trick in the book to get me to kiss you on the lips. Not going to happen. Not this ship captain of the SS Taylor Neely. This captain is a little smarter than that. He's been around the block 1 or 2 more times than you have. So thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. I mean, what isn't going on in the world these days? I mean, people are happy, people are sad, people are really confused about when they check their bank account. They check their bank account and it was a little bit lower than they were expecting. What the heck's that about? And then you check the charges, and one is for an adult website you thought you unsubscribed from, but when you subscribed for the free trial to the adult website, they signed you up for this other adult website, and so they've been charging you for 2 months and you didn't catch it the first month. That happens, guys. That happens to a lot. It happens to every man. It's like kind of a rite of passage for every man to forget to cancel all the adult websites he's subscribed to. It's a common occurrence. I'm sure everyone's done it. I haven't done that at all. That's not me. That's you. That's you that's happened to. And I'm sorry you made that mistake, but it won't happen again. We won't make that mistake again, right, guys? Right. I'm drinking coffee. It's good. It's good to be sitting in this chair, the barbershop chair. Honestly, I feel like I'm waiting to get a haircut. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a haircut. That's me tapping my watch. What's going on? Where's my barber? I've been sitting in this chair for 5 minutes and 30 seconds now. What am I waiting for? What are you waiting for? Cut my hair. I do think I really need a haircut, though. Nothing crazy. And don't be like, man, I hate when you're like, I need a haircut, and someone's like, yeah. That makes me feel bad. So if ever I'm around you and I say, I think I should change this about me. I think I should get a haircut. I think I should get my earlobes largened. I think I should get like an extra knee below both my knees, so my knee bends in 2 places instead of 1, so I can really conquer the walking world. That's something I think would really benefit me. I don't know about you, but that would benefit me. So what's going on in my life? Guys, I went to the Georgia football game on Saturday. They played South Carolina, and they really didn't play that great in the first half. But in the second half, they really showed them that they can beat them. They didn't look like a national championship team, and that's fine. I don't care. I secretly wanted Georgia to lose because I'm an Ohio State fan, and I still got that stank on me from the Peach Bowl last year. I can't shake it. I can't shake this stink at all. It won't shake off. This is the kind of stink that lingers. No, I don't want it to linger. I don't like when the stink lingers. I don't know about you, but I hate when the stink lingers. So that's a little bit about me and my weekend. Went to Athens, watched the game. Oh boy, it was fun. Oh gosh, me and Drew Quillian, my other podcast partner, because this one I do with a ghost. That's my partner for this podcast, a ghost. The ghost of the ghost of a bus driver that I was an accomplice in, accidentally killing, and now he haunts me by being on my podcast. So honestly, dream circumstance for accidentally killing someone. Now their ghost is a guest on your podcast. That should be the punishment, guys. You accidentally kill someone, you have to do a podcast with their ghost till you become a ghost. And then once you both become ghosts, you're free from the prison that you've created for yourself. That's how many things could be solved, but no one wants to listen to me. No one wants to listen to my ideas. God, I got so many good ideas and no one wants to listen to them. So many good ideas about ghosts and no one wants to pay them any peace of mind. Well, guys, I don't forget. Me and elephants have one thing in common. We don't forget. And our penises look weird. Other than that, me and elephants have nothing in common. I don't forget, though. When I have an idea, say I have an idea for a ghost pizza place, the ghosts make pizza. What's wrong with that? I feel like it's a cash cow waiting to happen. Moo! That's the cash cow. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Moo! Cha-ching, cha-ching. That's the cash cow. That's the cash cow. Cash cow can't be stopped. Cash cow can't be stopped, dude. Cash cow, it goes on a rampage, gobbling up all the money that you didn't make for it. And if you don't give the cow what is owed, cash cow, that's between you and the cash cow, honestly. That's between you and the cash cow. But don't do wrong to the cash cow. The cash cow? Coming this summer on Discovery. You've heard of Cash Cab. Well, get ready for Cash Cow. Ben Bailey was eaten by a cow, and so was his taxi. And now the cow picks up passengers, and they have to answer questions or they die. Because the cow eats them. Cash Cow. Unfortunately, not hosted by Ben Bailey because he's dead. The cow ate him. And that's a tragedy we can all get behind. That's a tragedy we can all recognize and be like, we lost a good one today. We lost a good host and a decent stand-up comedian to the cow, to the big cow that is going to rule over us all. Who rules cows? Hindus? Indians? Not like Native Americans. Indian. People from India. They don't worship cows, but cows are very sacred in their culture. And I respect that. Hold on. Hold, please. Wow, guys, almost made a mess of my little home studio. If you want to call it that. If you want to call it that. It's funny when people call things, and I realize you can call anything your home thing. I mean, this is my home office. It's my home studio. I've realized I've gotten older. When I was a kid, people would say something like, it's my home studio, and I got this picture in my head of like a guy who has like a big old recording studio in his house, and he's got those foam things on the walls that are for sound, what is it? Sound deadening. That it stops the sound from being annoying or whatever and messing up the music you're trying to record. But actually it can be this. It can be a piece of shit little studio. It doesn't, I get people, words have, some words lose meaning. And I had to come to terms with that is we as humans like to make up words and like, oh, I don't know, finial. You know what a finial is? I didn't either until the other day. It's on curtains. It's the little decorative balls on the end of curtains. They're called finials. And no, we couldn't call them caps. That's not fancy enough. A rich person had to come in and say, finial D's nuts. And that wasn't funny at all, and I regret saying it, but we're not going to cut it out of the episode because it stays. Every last word out of my mouth gets treated with equal and ultimate respect from me, because what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to cultivate an environment in which ideas can flow freely and thoughts can not be governed by the police that I have in my own head. I'm not saying the regular police. I'm not saying the FBI or the CIA. I'm saying the police and censors and editors inside of my own head that kind of, like, sometimes I'll be thinking in the shower before this podcast, like going through a way to intro the show this week, and I'll be like, I'll be like, wow, that's perfect. I nailed it. This episode's going to be great. And then I get on here and it never goes quite exactly how I want it to go. And that's okay. My voice feels a little bit raspier than usual, and you know why that is? It's because I've been smoking more cigarettes than I usually do. I've been an awfully naughty boy, and why is that? Why have I been smoking more cigarettes than usual? Well, it's simply because I had a Cuban cigar last Wednesday, and it was delicious. But here's the thing: is it made me want more nicotine, and I've been bumming cigarettes, and I've never been one to really smoke many cigarettes. This is the most cigarettes I've smoked about 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 cigarettes this month. In the month of September, I've smoked 5 cigarettes. So I'm gonna die. And it's because I smoked 5 cigarettes, and God's mad. God gets mad when you do things that you don't normally do that are bad for you. Like, if I started doing heroin now, God would be pissed at me. He'd be so confused. He'd be like, Taylor, I thought we had this under control. I thought we figured out that we can't do any drugs whatsoever. We can't drink alcohol. We can't do any drugs whatsoever. But now you're doing heroin? Taylor, in trouble. You're in trouble. You can still come to heaven, but you're in big trouble, young man. You're in big trouble, young man, and I'll probably have to come up with a punishment for you when you get here. It's going to be, you're going to have to rake leaves for a while. And once you rake those leaves, once I deem you have raked enough leaves, punishment over. But right now, you better be thinking about that you shouldn't have done heroin. Starting heroin at 27 is a terrible time to start heroin. I wouldn't be the first, though. I wouldn't be the first. I'm not going to. I don't really want to. I've never done heroin. Go me. I have done so many other drugs, though. Go me. That's something honest you can brag about if you've done a lot of drugs. I mean, people that are like, I've just smoked weed and drank. I'm like, I don't think less of them, but I don't think more of them. It makes me feel like you've missed out. I think people should experience drugs. I've experienced so many drugs, and a lot of them were great, but I've learned about myself I can't do them, because when I do them, I want to do all of them until they're gone. I want them all for myself. I want a buffet style of drugs, and we can't have that because, one, it's expensive, and people might get worried. Stop worrying about me. I'm fine. Someone told me recently my voice sounded airy, and I don't know what that means, but it does. These cigarettes are weighing heavily on my vocal cords, and it's just something I'll have to deal with. And I had this casting director in town in Atlanta. He talked about, like, oh, you ever thought about doing voice acting? And I've thought about it, but I can't get into another thing. I'm already doing so many things. And that was a while ago before I started podcasting and before I started doing stand-up. And so, look who's laughing now, Brian Beagle. Who's got the podcast? Me. I do. I have 2 of them, actually, which, like I've said before, too many podcasts. But who cares? Let's break down why. Why do I like nicotine all of a sudden? What is it I like about nicotine? I don't even like how it makes me feel that much. It doesn't make me feel great. but it kind of gives me a good head rush. And maybe that's what I like about it. Maybe I like just the head rush. Maybe I like it like I like caffeine. Good coffee. Guys, for those of you just listening, I just had a big swig of coffee because I'm Taylor Coffee Boy Neely. And what I drink goes into my body, goes into my tummy tum. So that's pretty cool, huh? Isn't it? That's pretty great. It's good to be here sitting in this chair. It's good to be sitting in this chair. Good to be sober another day. Can you believe it? We've made it. I did this fun show on Sunday at the Atlanta Comedy Theater. It was Stand Up for Recovery Festival, Comedy Festival. Richie Satori hooked it up for me and he organized it and it was really quite fun. It was a good time. I did like 11 minutes and I feel like I've done better. But then people were like, you did great. You did a good job. And I feel like they're lying. I feel like they're lying that I didn't crush because I wanted to crush and I didn't kill it. I didn't kill it, but I did fine. I did good. I got laughs. And my sponsor after was like, you keep doing what you're doing, dude, because it's so different. And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing ultimately. I think the pros outweigh the cons. Because one, for me, I talked about this last week, but for me, I'm doing what I want to do. What I'm trying to do is make myself laugh and be silly and have fun. Like for this, I'm doing this Barbie roast on Friday, and I've got a little sneak peek. I got this. It's horses. And I got a real big plan about horses for Friday. Excuse me, big boy burp coming through. Honk, honk, big boy burp coming through because I just had fried rice. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? A girl I'm seeing sent me a meme that said about, you're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Very funny. Very silly. I've heard it before. Still got this parking ticket. They still haven't, it hasn't showed up in the system. If you're still listening, thank you so much. Thank you so much for still listening. And Nick Gandy, if you're out there, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for listening because last week you said you like it. And you better mean that. You better mean that you like it because, listen, I'll pull the plug. Someone just screamed. I'll pull the plug on this whole operation. We'll end this fucker and you'll regret it. It'll be all your fault because you lied to me about liking the podcast. Because you lied to me about liking the podcast. Guys, let's talk serious. Do you like bees? You think bees are important? Like, do you think bumblebees serve a really important purpose in the world? I think they do. I like a bumblebee. A bumblebee is really cute. I like going up to them when they're surrounding flowers, when they're flanking some flowers, and I like videotaping them because then they'll fly up to me and they'll kind of look at me and check it out and go back to the flowers. And I don't mess with them. They don't mess with me. Except I like to pet them. I like to pet bees. I like to think they like being pet. I don't think bees get the appreciation they need. Someone's screaming outside. It sounds like a little girl screaming, having fun. Hearing someone scream in the middle of the night is a scary thing. It happened at my old apartment. In Doraville, someone was screaming one night, and honestly, that's rude. It sounded like they were getting killed, but could you get killed a little quieter? Could you maybe get murdered and have a little bit of I'm not going to back out of forgetting this word. I'm going to get it, guys. I'm going to get the word, and I'm not going to back down from forgetting the word. Could you be a little conscientious? That's not the right word I want, though. Could you be a little conscientious of people trying to sleep while you get murdered? I don't know. Maybe get murdered a little quieter. Conservative, no. Conscientious, sensitive to people sleeping, no. Oh, I can't figure it out. Oh, I'm not going to get the word. Oh, I failed the test. Didn't get it. Couldn't figure it out. That's too bad. That's too bad that I couldn't figure it out because sometimes I really like the word is on the tip of my tongue. You know how like when you're thinking about something, I'm speaking in my experience only. Everything I say on this podcast is my experience only, but I feel like other people have the same experience. You know, when you're thinking and you're thinking about something really hard, thinking it's something you got to do, something you got to take care of, and then you forget it for some reason out of nowhere. And then it's like, oh, God, what was it? I was thinking about it so hard. It's right on the tip of my brain, which also feels like the tip of my tongue at the same time. And I can't figure it out. I don't know what it is. And it's right there. I'm trying to squeeze it out of my brain. Come on, squeeze. What was I thinking about? And you just don't get it back. And I tell myself, if it was that important, I'll remember it. If it was really that important of a thing to remember, I'll remember it. But then I'm like, but what if I don't? What if I don't remember it and it's gone forever and I forget to pick up my little brother from pool practice? What if I forget to pick him up from pool practice? You know how he has pool practice every Tuesday? Don't want to forget to pick him up from pool practice because you know how mad mom gets when you forget to pick up the brother from pool practice. And I'm not talking about pool practice. I'm talking about swimming. I was talking about swimming the whole time. It's a crazy world out there. That was good, huh? I mean, it's crazy. Number one, because you could be born a caterpillar. You could be born a caterpillar, and then you have to turn into a butterfly, and you could get squished anytime. Even if you're a beautiful butterfly, you get squished or eaten by a bird anytime in your life. That is the craziness of being a butterfly, is you could die really easily. You could be minding your own business, flying across a highway. You don't even know it's a highway. You're a butterfly. You don't have the concept of what a highway is. And you get hit by a semi, boom, you're dead. You could be born a cactus in the desert, and your communication skills are with the mycelium under the ground. Listen, guys, I'm sorry I said that thing about Russell Brand. I'm not conservative, I swear. I'm not. Jeez. God. What am I? I don't know. I will be honest with you. I'm not. Just kidding. I'm not going to say it. I got you so good. I was going to reveal everything all at once. I don't even know. I'm middle of the road. It doesn't matter. I want to start an ice cream shop that's also a barber shop. I want an ice cream shop that's also a barber shop. So while you're getting your hair cut, you can also have an ice cream. We'll call it shaves and cuts. We'll call it scoops and cuts. We're going to call my ice cream shop Scoops and Cuts. It's going to be a very successful ice cream shop. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be good? I love ice cream so much. If I could be ice cream, I would, and eat myself, I would. I'm going to be honest with you. I would do that. I'm not afraid to say that about myself, that I would do that. If I could turn myself into just to see what it's like to be a milkshake. I just want to experience it. Not to get political here, but I just want to see what it's like to be a milkshake for a day. Just for a day. What it's like to go from the process of being inside of a cow, and coming out of the cow's penis, and going into a big pail, and then the person with the pail of milk takes it and pours it in an ice cream maker, and it makes the ice cream. And then they add Oreos, because I'm cookies and cream milkshake is what I'll be. And then I want to see what it's like to be that. I want to see what it's like to be that. Is that too much to ask? Is that wrong? Am I committing a crime? Am I committing a crime right now? No, I'm not. I don't do that. I don't commit crimes. I'm a good boy. I behave myself. I'm a good boy. I behave myself. And there are certain things that the government doesn't want you to know. Okay? They don't want you to know that if you pick up bricks on a cobblestone sidewalk, you pick it up, it's just a road underneath. The bricks are decorative, and it doesn't even need to be there in the first place. Oh, that's what the government's hiding, is bricks aren't what they are supposed to be. What else do you think the government is hiding? I think the government is hiding is you can never take enough vitamins. The government just doesn't want you to take too many vitamins. They don't want you to be super duper. They don't want you to feel super duper all the time. But I'm on that kick. I'm on that vitamin kick. See, I got vitamins. I'm never going to lose my hair again. Never. I'm on these vitamins for my hair. I'm never going to lose my hair. Ever. I'm going to have hair even when I'm a skeleton. That's what I like about finasteride is they say eventually your hair kind of, it comes out, but it also grows in. It grows into your skull and connects to your skull. And so when I die, my skeleton's going to have a beautiful head of blonde hair. Someone once tried to tell me my hair was brunette, and I wanted to strangle them with a bike chain. You think I would look brunette, Colin? You think I look brunette? That's crazy. Brunette is girl hair. I have boy hair, which is blonde. Would you ever say a man has brunette hair? I guess. It doesn't matter. I've just never... Usually brunette is like a girl with brown hair. Why is brunette? Why is brunette a hair color? That doesn't add up. That doesn't make sense. Something doesn't seem right here about brunette hair. Let's see. Brunette. Brunette hair. Brunette hair. Brunette hair. Wikipedia. Okay, brown hair. See? Brown hair, also referred to as brunette, male, or brunette, female. There's different spellings. What if you're non-binary? It's not in there. Wikipedia is not very progressive of you, Wikipedia. Brown hair, also referred to as brunette, male, or brunette, female, is the second most common human hair color after black hair. It varies from light brown to dark hair. It is characterized by higher levels of the dark pigment eumelanin and lower levels of the pale pigment pheomelanin. Wow. Okay, let's see what about blonde. Like me, I'm a blonde boy. Blonde hair. Wikipedia. It is kind of fun to be a blonde-haired guy. Blonde. Blonde, or blonde, also referred to as fair hair, is a human hair color characterized by low levels of the dark pigment eumelanin. The resultant visible hue depends on various factors, but always has some yellowish color. The color can be from the very pale blonde caused by a patchy, scarce distribution of pigment to reddish strawberry blonde or golden brownish, sandy blonde colors, the latter with more eumelanin. Occasionally, the state of being blonde and specifically the occurrence of blonde traits is a predominantly dark or colored population are referred to as blondism. Oh. Ooh. I have blonde hair. And I like having blonde hair. Blondes do have more fun. Blondes smoke crack, and they live to tell the tale. I live to tell the tale that was told about me. The tale that I have told about me for many days now that I smoke crack. But honestly, guys, I've never actually smoked crack. It's a lie. It's a lie. I just like to tell people I smoke crack because it sounds cool. I think it sounds cool that I smoke crack, okay? Because no one else has the courage to lie about having smoked crack. Huh? It takes a lot of courage to lie about that sort of thing, okay? And I'm here for it. Blonde hair, black guy. Is that a thing? No, but this is dyed. I don't think you can have blonde hair if you're black. It would be cool. It does look kind of cool though when a black guy dyes his hair blonde. That's a cool look. I guess you bleach it. Bleaching can look good on some people. Not everyone can do it. But not everyone can do everything. I cannot ride a bike with that has cement wheels. I'm sure someone can though. I'm sure someone is able to ride a bike with cement wheels. I can't bum another cigarette tonight because it's making my voice very raspy. And I don't like it. It makes me double think about what I'm saying. I am wearing a Hawaiian shirt because mentally I'm in Hawaii right now. Mentally I'm in not the one that got burned down, one of the other islands. I'm on the beach in Hawaii, drinking a virgin pina colada. Nope. Yeah, virgin pina colada, the coconut one, and the pineapple one, and smoking on a big cigar, waiting on a big cigar, but I'm not because, like I said, my voice is messed up for some reason. My voice just gets messed up. I do have a fear that my voice is gonna go away one day because it's gonna get so raspy you can't even hear it. I don't know why it's raspy. I don't know. Someone once asked, why is my voice like this? I don't know. I think it's because I've done a lot of screaming in my life. Because screaming is fun. I like to scream. I like to scream at I hear it helps the plants grow because you're giving them your carbon dioxide. I feel like that's good for them. Screaming is good for it, like kind of is like an exercise. I know you burn at least a couple calories screaming. I know that's something that you do. What screaming does for you, it can do for me too. So anyways, what's coming up? What's coming down the pipe? I'm doing a roast of Barbie. Friday, come out. Friday, Atlanta Comedy Theater Underground. I think that's where it is. I don't know. It's through Hissy Fit Comedy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a grand time. What do you want to hear me talk about? I've really talked about it all at this point, and I'm scared I'm never going to have anything else to talk about. How do people do this? How do people podcast for hundreds and hundreds of episodes and have stuff to talk about? Jeez. I did a fun interview on Lainey Castle's show. Interruption with Lainey Castle. I don't know, she posted, and I was talking about God and my conception of God, which, I like it right now. I'm comfortable with it. It's put me at ease lately in my life. Just that I'm not the one in control of pretty much everything in my life. I mean, of course I'm in control, and like, I push the button on record on this camera. I push record on Adobe Audition to start recording this. I set all this up. I have control over that, but I don't have control over what happens after I put this on the internet. I don't have control over who listens to this. I can try and try. Some people in Norway are listening to it, and I thank you so much, and that means so much that you do that, but I don't have control about how you even found this in the first place. What did you search? Blonde-haired crackhead tells big lie about having ever smoked crack in the first place. Guys, I've never had a drink in my life. Just kidding, I'm sober. I can't do drugs. Oh, God will get mad at me. God, I have really used up all my points with God, so let's check in on the stats, guys. I want to see if Norway, if they're still listening. Here we go. Here it is. Person 1, me, Buzzsprout. Here it is. What could it be? Taylor Neely. Well, this is episode 10, by the way, guys. Oh, episode 11. Stats. Let me see the stats. 91 downloads of all time. Wow. So many. Netherlands. Man, you 4 in the Netherlands. That means so much to me. You don't know how much it means to me that you listen. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty comfortable in my own skin lately. And I think that's, I was talking to a friend recently, and she was saying she just gets nervous or like, I don't know, ebbs and flows. And this is the most in my life where the ebbs and flows have really I've really settled in the middle. And I don't know what that is, but it's really great. I'm kind of just in awe, and I'm just so grateful for the things God is bringing into my life. And I don't even know if God is doing that for me. God will do for us what we can't do for ourselves. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe whatever God is, maybe God's doing that. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Maybe this is just life. Maybe this is just how it is, but it's consciousness and being conscious of the things happening. Or I don't know. I feel like I've woken up a little bit to like what's important to me and setting up boundaries and living life and not working myself to death. And work, you should not work. You should not work. I shouldn't. For me, you know what? If you do, if you're all about work, money, up, down, push-ups, go to the gym, do curls, do calves and curls. All I want to do is get big calves and big biceps. That's me, big calves, big biceps guy. You know me, the guy that only curls stuffs with his arms and only curls stuff with his legs, because I guess your hamstrings would be the biceps of your legs. And your calves or your forearms or your legs, and your toes are your fingers. So really, but some people are, work is like, they're just so dedicated to the work they do. And sometimes I think I'm that guy. Sometimes I think I'm like, I work really hard. And I do work I work hard on these things, on these 2 podcasts I do, putting out clips, and I work hard on it, but I also give myself sometimes permission to not beat myself up so much when I feel like I just don't have the energy to do it. I think that's okay for me because I am my boss, my own boss at the end of the day, and I'm in charge of my entire life, and no one can tell me what to do, and I get to do what I want all the time, pretty much. But as far as work and creative freedom goes, I have all that. I have that freedom. I have that freedom to do what I want when I want to. I just finished up this giant job today, and that's good. He's going to pay me, and I almost got scammed out of golf clubs. Man, I almost got scammed out of golf clubs. On Sunday, I bought some Mizuno MP20 HMBs, the hot metal blades, and this guy gives them to me, and I'm like, ooh, these are nice. I paid $600, and I bring them home, and I'm watching reviews on them, and the reviews just like, the clubs look bigger in the reviews, and like eyeballing them, I was like, these just don't, something about these doesn't look right. They weren't as thick as they should be, and they were wrong, and they were just counterfeit clubs. I deemed they were counterfeit clubs. So, don't ever try to do that again. Whoever's trying to sell me golf clubs, don't ever try to dupe me out of buying scammed clubs. Sometimes I think it'd be nice to be a chick, and I'm looking at my grandpa's artwork on the wall right now. It's up there. Look at it right there. It's right there. Look at it. And well, sometimes I think it'd be cool to be a little cartoon chicken. You know, be a person in a cartoon. Some people have. I heard recently of like a disease or a mental illness where people think they're going to be cartoons, or like they want to be a cartoon so bad. And when I was a kid, I did think about that. I did think about like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which was a show about this giant mansion where people's imaginary friends lived that were orphans, basically. And yeah, there was a lot of torture in that show, and the owner of the orphanage really beat the shit out of the imaginary friends, but it had some good moments. But that show, I really wanted to like be in that show, I think. But you can't. As you get older and you realize you can't be a part of a cartoon. And that's one of the many tragedies in life is you can't be a part of a cartoon. Did that sound like a bong? It wasn't. That was me trying to get moisture down to my vocal cords because they're fried. They're fried for some reason because I'm burning them with cigarette smoke. Do you think what if like you had like a big pile of cigarettes and you caught it on fire? How long would that take to burn? Big pile of cigarettes. Cigarette fire. Let's see. Google cigarette fire YouTube. Man sprayed in face with fire extinguisher for smoking cigarette. E-cigarette explodes in man's pocket. Discarded cigarette starts a house fire. Unbelievable. Cigarette ignites in contact with smoldering cigarette likely to blame for massive fire exercise. Can a cigarette ignite gas? Yeah, it depends on what you ate. Like if you had a big burrito and you're farting up a storm, you could blow yourself up. That's why doctors, what do they say? Don't smoke a cigarette an hour after eating. At least for an hour after eating, don't smoke a cigarette, because you might suffocate to death. Because your body, the reason why doctors don't want that, the same can go for bathing. Don't bathe for an hour after eating, because you might drown. That's what doctors say: is don't smoke a cigarette until an hour after eating. Because your body's using so. This is why I get so sleepy sometimes when I eat a big meal, is because my body is working so. Because my body works really hard. My body is one of the hardest working bodies around. I mean, look at me. I mean, would I lie about my body working so hard? But like eating a bunch, my body just like is like just grinding up the food in my belly. My stomach is just grinding up the food in my belly, and it's a lot of work for my stomach to do. So sometimes my stomach has to do extra hard work because the food I eat is really rugged, and like a lot of beans, a lot of rice, a lot of roughage. Oh, I love roughage. God, roughage is good. Like a hard steak. A nice hard steak that's really chewy. Ooh, I love that. I love a hard steak that really takes a lot of masticating to eat. A steak that I spent like a minute to 2 minutes chewing that piece up, and I swallow it because I couldn't even finish chewing it. I just swallow it basically whole. And then I kind of like to eat my steak like pills. I like to eat my steak like I eat pills, you know. How I eat pills, I chew them up only a little bit. But Advil's really, the gel Advil, that doesn't taste very good when you chew it up. But doctor's orders, you gotta chew up your pills. But steak, I like to just cut a piece, just pop it in my mouth and swallow it. And my stomach is just like grinding. And that's why I think I get so sleepy, because my stomach has to work really hard to grind up the food I'm eating. I don't like to chew my food because I don't want to wear out my teeth. You know, your teeth only have so much life in them, and then you have to get veneers. So I want to prolong the life of my teeth and not get veneers. Veneers are expensive, because then I'll just have to be like teethless, and I don't want to be teethless. That looks crazy. It changes the structure of your face. Like when I see people without teeth, I'm like, I can tell you, because when people don't have teeth, they look like a pumpkin in November after Halloween is over. That's kind of what it looks like. And if you're out there listening to this and you don't have teeth and you kind of look like a pumpkin, you look good. You look really good. You're pretty, and I like you, and you should never get teeth. Don't get teeth. Don't do it. Teeth are a waste of time. Drink your food. Blend it up and drink it. How come if you blend up a steak, it won't taste like it does when you cut it up and take a bite? Why doesn't it taste like that? I've never done it, but I assume it does not taste the same. Why does food taste the same all blended up as it does taking a bite? Like a waffle with syrup and butter, if you threw that in a food pulverizer, it's not going to taste the same, unfortunately. Unfortunately, you can't drink your food. You can't drink your food because that's a drink, and that's not a food. A food is a solid you chew with your teeth and goes into your stomach. Your stomach works very hard. You get sleepy. We've covered this. We've said this already. So, life is good lately. Life is good. I'm feeling the promises of life coming true. I'm feeling the presence of something bigger than me. I'm just here. Whatever it is, it's here. It's helping me take a step back and take it easy. I've just been taking it easy. That's all I've been doing, is taking it easy. That's all we all can do, is take it easy. Because sometimes I prefer to take it hard. I prefer to take it hard and really force life into the box I've created for it. But when I kind of step back and read the room and see what life is presenting to me today, and I just go with that, it's easier. And things kind of work out when, like, I feel like if the intentions of what I'm trying to do are good, if I'm trying to do good things in the world, good things happen for me. And not like, ooh, I want to do good things. I'm gonna handshake with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not like that crazy, but it could happen. But it's just like nice. Life is nice. Life is nice when I'm trying to focus on being nice and be honest, and don't steal, don't cheat, be honest. Help a guy who spilled over his bike on the sidewalk. Help him get it over. Just do all these things, and I don't know. I guess you get rewards. I guess karma is real. Karma kind of is real. Not the place. Not is real, but it's real. Oh, you guys want to hear about a horse? I bet you do. Whoa. Oh my God. That was a big stretch, a big yawn. We're gonna, I got a really good horse for you. Ooh, brittles and bits. I'll show you a brittle and bit. I'll show you a bit. Ooh, it's a pony. This is the Highland. The Highland is a breed of great antiquity. There were ponies inhabiting northern Scotland and the Scottish Islands following the Ice Age, and some of the horses depicted in cave drawings at Lascaux, France, 15,000 to 20,000 years ago, strongly resembled the modern Highland breeding. In the early 16th century, French horses, probably predecessors of the Percheron were crossed with native stock. Spanish horses were introduced over the following 200 years. This is boring. When did they fight each other? Ooh, the Groningen. The old Groningen breed relied heavily on its famous neighbor, the Friesian. I didn't know horses lived in houses. And the powerful, temperate Oldenburg. From these two, it inherited its calm character and willing disposition. The roomy Groningen mares, when crossed with quality sires, produce strong stock, passing on both their size and good bone. What do you think horses are talking shit about us for? Because I know horses are talking shit about us. I know the barn animals all go back and like, those fucking people don't know what. If I had hands, I would turn the equipment on them. I would turn the farm equipment on those people just if I only had opposable thumbs and fingers. If only I had opposable thumbs and fingers. You know, horses are like, God, I want to beat that guy to death with my hooves, but I can't because he gives me food. Oh, horses are just, I don't know. Why don't we have wells anymore? Why aren't like wells where we get water a thing anymore? And there's no border collies to say Timmy fell in a well. Where did that even start, Timmy? Was that Great Lassie, the Great Lassie story? That dog, and woof, woof, woof. What is a girl? Timmy stuck in a well? Get him out, you lazy idiot. Get Timmy out of the well. God, another stinker of an episode. I just can't get it together. I just can't do it. I can't do it, guys. This podcasting thing is, it's oversaturated. There's just not, there's, I haven't given up yet, but I won't give up. I'll keep doing it because at the end of the day, no one can stop me. No one can stop me from doing this. I'm in charge of my destiny. I pick out the rules. I make them. I put the rules in the oven. I make them into a beautiful cake. The Rules Cake by me, Taylor Neely. I hope everyone has a good rest of their week. I hope everyone can like figure out something that makes them happy. Because figuring out the things that fulfill you, I feel like, at least for me, figuring out the things that bring me fulfillment have been the key to living a life that I am just satisfied with and I'm excited for. And I'm not like I can't sleep at nighttime because I'm so excited, like Christmas. Because Christmas, I can't sleep. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Christmas is just the best. Christmas is so nice. And it's just a good time, Christmas is. But I do get excited for the future. What's to come. Because I don't know what's to come. And I'm not scared of it right now. The future does not scare me because I don't see a lot of bugs in my future. And that would scare me, a bunch of bugs in my future. If I was, if I went to like one of those guys who like predicts your future, he like reads your palms and he's like, and they're like, in your future I see bugs. If that happened to me, I'd freak out. I'd be like, I don't want to go to the future then if there's bugs. I don't want to go, different future. Give me a different future, please, future predicting guy, please. What are they called? What are those readers called? Not those little glasses that your parents wear. I'm talking about a psychic. There's that fried rice. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? You're telling me a little shrimp fried this rice? Oh, best meme of all time, huh? But if I had a guy, a psychic, a lady, psychic, a psychic, I think they're both psychics. If I had her predict my future, she's like, there's bugs in your future. I'm out of here. I'm not doing that. I'm getting a different future. I'm moving to a different state where I have a different future because I can't deal with that many bugs. Bugs are gross and they get all over you and they bite. I wish bugs understood that biting is not the way to solve your problems. I bit as a kid. My parents hated it. Okay, people don't like biting. Biting is bad. Biting just gets everyone mad. You get in trouble if you bite. So it's just crazy when you pick up a little ant and he's like reaching around trying to bite you. It's like, listen, we could really come to an agreement and come to a place where we're not mad at each other if you're not biting everyone, little ant. Okay? I think you trying to solve your problems with your mouth has not been working. Sure, you can pick things up that are a lot more heavy than you, but that's because you're designed that way. I'm not designed to do that. I'm not designed to pick up big, heavy bricks with my mouth. That's not me. So do ants pick up big things with what they eat with, or do their pinchers, is that different from their mouth? Are ants' pinchers the same thing they eat with? Do ants use pinchers to eat? Most ants do not have pinchers that are large enough to harm humans. Oh, well, I wasn't even thinking about that before, but thanks, Yahoo. Ooh, I got a bug in my computer that makes me go to Yahoo instead of Google. Yeah, what? Who has pinchers that are large enough to harm humans? Good God. No. Google.com. Do ants eat with pinchers? They also use these appendages to communicate with each other. Another typical characteristic of this ant is a set of pinchers or mandibles that open to their mouths. They use these powerful pinchers to bite away food and carry it back to the nest. Ooh, all about ghost ants. What are ghost ants? Ghost ants? What the hell? Oh, I see. Ghost ants, that's not the kind of ant. Types of ants. I think ants are funny. Types of ants. Type of ants. Carpenter ant. The 10 common types of ants you may encounter. You're one that drinks too much wine and messes up the family gathering. Argentine ant, field ants, pavement ants, carpenter ants, odorous house ants. They stink. Red imported fire ants. Ooh, from like China or something. Pharaoh ants, grease ants. Grease ants. Ants are some of the most prolific insects. In fact, there are over 1,000 species of ants native to North America alone. Though they are resourceful insects in the wild, they aren't welcome in most of our homes. That's right, we didn't invite them. They're not like vampires, unfortunately. I wish ants kind of were more like vampires. Like they had to invite them in, and then they could come in and make their lines. Okay, well, we're not giving ants enough credit because ants are really good at lining up. Okay, ants. Elementary school children could take a lesson from ants. Ants are really good. Ants are really good at having a line leader and the middle guys and the caboose. Like when they go back. I like to think when ants go back to the castle they've built, it said they have castles. When ants go back to their castle, an ant hill, okay, that's the castle. To me, it's a hill. To them, it's a castle. Respect ants where they live. Ants have rights too to be on this planet. They can't go to space. We can't get there. I don't know if ants breathe oxygen or breathe water or they have helium inside of them and they can float. That would be sweet if ants could float, though, wouldn't it? That'd be cool. I would respect ants more if they could float. Just like ants just floating everywhere. There's billions of ants everywhere. We couldn't handle if ants could float. We're not mature enough as a race to understand why ants could float if they could. If ants could float, we're done for. Because then they'll pick us up and take us away and drop us on the ground. That's the thing about ants is ants don't realize if they could float, they could come pick me up, float me away way up high in the sky and then drop me and then I'm dead. And that's why it's good that ants can't float, because ants could really solve a lot of their problems if they could float, but then that would become our problems. Ants' problems then become our problems, and we can't afford that to be the case. As the human race, we can't afford that to be the case. I'm Dr. Seuss. No big deal. I'm Dr. Seuss. Ooh, got a doctorate in rhyming. Got a doctorate in being good with words. I got the problem. Shoot, I forgot even what I said. Oh, God, I stink at this. Okay, types of ants. Number 1, the black garden ant. This is the most commonly thought of ant when picturing the species. The black garden ant is an abundant small ant that lives primarily outdoors in landscaping, under paving stones, and in soil. But black ants can make their way inside of a large sugar presence is available. During the warm summer months, you may spot these ants flying around. This is how they mate and form new colonies. They can fly? What? If you're finding black ants in your home, it is best to spray entrance points with ant killer and set out liquid bait traps to ensure the colony is eventually eliminated. Here's my problem with this article is it's like kind of painting ants to be cool little guys, and then it says kill them. I don't know if I like that this article makes me feel multiple ways about ants. Let's continue on. Pavement ants. The pavement ant is one of the most common ants in the United States and is found in all 50 states. It has a brownish black body and pale colored legs and can be distinguished by the 2 spines at the end of its thorax between its body parts. To get rid of pavement ants, follow the ant's trail. Okay, you can't get me emotionally attached to these ants and then tell me to kill them. You're telling me about their good qualities and they're like, no, but you should kill them. I don't like this. You're making me fall in love with these ants and wanting to get to know them and then just kill them? Warning, do not spray indoor ants, as you will just kill the workers and more will be sent out to forage. Do not spray indoor ants, as you will just kill the workers and more will be sent out for revenge. Oh, man. I didn't know ants had even the concept of being vengeful, but apparently ants will come and get you if you get them. Don't fuck with ants, because they'll fuck with you right back. Fire ants. Fire ants, as you could guess, are easily identified by their reddish-brown coloring. They have quite the stinging bite, and if they make their way into your home, they're often hunting for fats or sweets. Good thing I'm 155 pounds, and I don't have a bit of fat on me. Good thing I'm safe there, but if you have bacon grease, they're coming for that bacon grease. There are several natural ways to control a fire ant colony, should you happen to find one around your property. Food-grade diatomacus earth can be sprinkled along ant-invaded areas such as windowsills, corners, and kitchen cabinets. Other liquid pesticides will do the trick as well. Oh my God! Pouring boiling water over fire ants is a timeless trick to kill the colony as well. What is this medieval? Yeah, a medieval timeless trick. Jeez. They're not getting over my moat and coming to steal my daughter, who's the princess. Pour boiling water all over the ants? You want me to be that's a war crime pretty much. Oh, that's awful. This article should be, Joe Biden, you're trying to censor other people. Censor this. You're encouraging murder of ants, and ants are just trying to do their job. That's what they do for a living, is just, they're named fire ants. They start fires. They rub their paws together really fast and start fires. Carpenter ants nest in moist, decaying wood outdoors and in homes and buildings. If infestations grow and moisture spreads, they may also expand into sound wood or use it as a tunnel. These ants usually have more than one nesting site, including parent and satellite colonies to control carpenter ants. Carpenter ants. Do carpenter ants compete with carpenter bees? That's a good question. Odorous house ant. The odorous house ant will nest just about anywhere, under stones, logs, mulch, or debris, in the nests of birds or mammals, and inside homes and walls, window frames, and insulation. To control odorous house ants, keep the ants out of your home. In the first place, trimming back trees and shrubbery away from the house. There's a lot of work to keep ants out of your house. Thief ants or grease ants. Thief ants. Thief ants or grease ants that are found to be nesting indoors or are best eliminated through baiting. Be like, hey, if you come here, I'll give you some money, and then you step on them. This can be as simple as placing a small amount of greasy bait near the areas in which the ants have been seen when controlling grease ants. Baits are not effective if the ant is nesting outdoors. Instead, the best option is to locate the nest and treat it directly. Stomp on it a bunch. That's how elementary schoolers do it. Pharaoh ant colonies can get extremely large and include many nests. A single colony can have one or multiple queens. Those are the sassy ants. With populations numbering in the several thousand to several 100,000. That's so many ants. Ghost ants. Spooky. Ooh. Those are the ants that float. The ghost ants are the ones that float and come get you in your sleep, and they bite you in your sleep, and you wake up, why am I itchy? Because the ghost ants bit you. Sorry, guys. Argentine ants. Field ants. Field ants build mounds and lawns and can extend up to 6 feet in diameter, as high as 2 feet tall. They also nest in firewood and other such piles. to control field ants. Burn them. Burn them. Oh, we're out of ants. Well, guys, once again, this is, I think we'll call it. I think we're going to say that's it for this week on the Taylor Neely Show. What an incredible week. We've been through so much together this week. We talked about ants. We talked about a whole bunch of shit that really doesn't mean anything. I talked about Russell Brand for a second, who might be in big trouble. And if he is, bad boy, go to jail. But if he isn't, and they're just trying to take him out because he has a big following, fuck you, government, for trying to censor people and trying to control us. And I don't know. I don't care. It really has no effect on me. But, guys, remember, cut the cord. Cable's a scam. What can I leave you on? Guys, if you're having a bad day, remember tomorrow could be worse. So maybe change that attitude, because tomorrow you could step on a rusty knife. And then, you got to go to the hospital, get tetanus shot. So maybe think before you get depressed about it. Guys, it's so good to see you once again. So good to talk to you. I couldn't do this without you. You mean the world to me. Each and all of your ears listen to this right now. It means so much to me. I just couldn't do it without you. Go home, get some rest. Big day tomorrow.